So the question I have for you is, are you sending out defamatory information to people to kind of watch deals?
No.
Or making it available to people that are.
If people would ask me,
Do you know that they're...
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't know who these people are.
Why would you do it?
Yeah, to anybody.
Why don't you just pull all your negative stuff for 1 month and see if they can do something with that? What would that cost you other than you might lose some ground here in your campaign to ruin PVT? Because I don't see that I'm going to get anything out of whatever deal you end up. Like, what plan do you to maximize the shareholders' investment? How are you going to protect the shareholders? What is it? How am I going to benefit if they go bankrupt? How?
That's a good question.
Yes, it is.
That is one of your questions. Why is that?
So what is the vendetta then? Are you going to try and ruin PVT or expose them in order to make sure they go down in flames? Because if you're protecting your friends, how are you doing that? By doing this? Yeah. That is our question. How is what your actions taking moving anything forward for any of the shareholders?
It goes back to trying to get the truth.
Bull fucking shit. You are so full of it. God!
NATCO has petitioned PVT into bankruptcy. You know who swore the affidavits in support of that petition? Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Where does that
Go away!
Mr. Hill swore the affidavits for that petition.
And you keep bringing up friends and family. We are a startup company. We raise money through friends and family. Where do you think all the money came from? You may have a few friends in there, but all my family's in there. All Mike's family's in there. All Fred's family's in there.
Okay.
My girlfriends, co-workers, family relatives, my grandparents. So don't
My grandmother-in-law. You know how much pressure that is?
Don't sit there and tell me that you have this high ethical standard to protect these people. I worked 3 years, day and night, to protect those people.
7 days a week, 12, 18-hour days these guys put in for this company for the last 3 years.
I
Every
admire
day.
their ability to last this long. You must be just burning at how they have
How can you
lasted.
look in the mirror at yourself?
It's just
Easily.
like,
You're
Christ.
greedy, selfish.
Paul, you got a question?
Who knows what your motive is, but certainly...
Something I'd like to understand if
Okay, hold on. We got a question.
The one calm person in the room wants to ask something.
Yeah. I would just like to ask everybody too, if we could refrain from keeping it personal. I know it seems heated, but I really would like to get as much information as I can out of this meeting.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna do that. We are gonna let Stacy leave after this.
I do have a question.
Obviously, you know. Any more questions you have for Stacy? Get them out.
I do have a question for Stacy.
Go ahead.
If NATCO's petitioning PVT into bankruptcy, and you're saying that Stacy signed a legal document related to that?
The affidavits, in support of the evidence to put.
So how?
The evidence that NATCO is using to justify their reasons to go to the court and say this company should be bankrupt is testimony from Stacy Hill and Peter Inman.
Then my question for Stacy is, if that's true, it calls into question, for me again, the closeness of your relationship with NATCO. So, you know, previously I'd asked you a question and I kind of had the assurance that you weren't working with NATCO.
Okay, I can answer that. I can answer it. It's a pretty simple answer. Initially, I had signed a lot of affidavits, like a long time ago. This affidavit with petition in bankruptcy has to do with the fact that it was exactly the same affidavit as I'd signed before. There was no difference in the affidavit. So they asked me to do it, and I said, okay.
How many times did you sign the affidavit? There's
3, 4, 5, 6.
There's at least 5 or 6 affidavits, and there's been
Probably
probably 50
But I do have a
over the last
question. I
18
do have a
months.
question. What I don't understand is, you guys are being, NACO's petitioning you into bankruptcy. Now, why would they be doing that?
Well, why wouldn't they?
Why didn't you
Why do you tell us why they're doing it?
Why, just out of curiosity,
You
why?
work for them, you tell us why.
I don't work for them,
Oh, okay.
and I'd be very cautious in saying that again.
Wow.
You have a close relationship with them.
I do not have a close relationship with them. I have a close relationship with Hans. And it's a personal relationship. We do not do business. When
You have some ulterior motive.
okay.
You set
Well,
them up with
Who paid
PVT
Rupert Shore to sign the affidavits?
we're off the issue. Why?
Who paid Rupert Shore to sign all those affidavits? Did you or did NATCO?
He just signed them for me.
Oh, Somebody had to pay him.
He just signed them for you? He got
And
no
as a matter of
payment?
fact,
Say that again.
90
That's true. Yeah, say that again. He signed, you just said,
I happen to be in town,
and he signed them and he didn't charge you. That's what I heard.
And
Just
that's-
say that.
yeah.
Because I want to hear that. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Tell me that again.
Just hang on a
One more
second.
time. Come on, tell
I'm
me.
going to tell you. And all
Because
of
I thought
my,
lawyers have to take fees to do legal work. So
You know what?
that must be a lie right there.
and my lawyer in Kelowna also signs my affidavits for free.
Oh, okay.
You better give us.
Can we get their name and address?
Yeah, we'd love that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
No problem.
sorry, I want to keep things on target.
Okay, but I have a question,
You
but I
got
haven't got it out.
it quickly.
It's my understanding that you guys had a judgment against you for $1.45 whatever million way back in July, I think?
No.
I'm not too sure when it was. But it was
I
not
think
too
the one
long
came out
ago.
in August, something like
Yeah,
that.
no, it was not too long ago.
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys tell the shareholders that?
Well, number one, we don't have an obligation to tell the shareholders. And two, we didn't want to make it public for it to be used against us again with the other cities and that.
Okay.
Because we are working with another city right now, which we don't want to know any more stuff. We don't have a, just, you know,
Well, it makes a little wonder though, if they have a judgment against you for $1.5.
How did you find out about the
Well,
judgment, Stacy?
I'll respond to that.
It's on the internet. Hello.
By the way,
And that's why they're trying to follow you into paying. Anybody would do that. They want their money.
So they get.
So what happened
What are
to
they
your-
going to get when they file the bankruptcy, Stacy?
they're not going to get any money.
What
There's no
happened
money.
to your
You said the company has no
billionaire?
money. What are they going to get?
What
What are they
happened?
going to get?
What happened to your billionaire board of director guys from Minnesota? Are they still on the board of directors?
No, they're not.
Why not?
Wow. Because you were,
If this is such a
you
good
were
deal.
launching derivative actions
Against
It was a great
against
deal until
the
you came
directors.
along.
You personally launched individual lawsuits against the directors as individuals.
Just a minute.
How many